because I'm excited to keep going. All right, peace out. Okay, are they gone? Sweet. Let's get into part 2. November has come. My fan is going ape right now. There we go. That should fix the fan. These speakers get too loud. My phone might fall over though.
Slow it down some, no split clown.
Oh my god, is that MF Doom? What the f? Seriously? I never noticed that. There's no way. He's not even credited as a feature. Holy shit. Oh my god. We're starting that over.
Where you found them at, got around town, could've drowned in it, would've floated, bloated, voted, sugar-coated, loaded him.
Christ.
More hardcore prank spit, crank it on blast, roll past Front Street, blew the whole spot like some old ass with skunk meat. These kids is too fast, juiced off a junk tree. Who could get looser off a crunk or a funk beat?
This would be just a fantastic Doom song. Like, the beat is so good for him. That was like such a surprise, but oh my god, that was awesome. I think the one time I've heard this song, I didn't even know who MF Doom was, but jeez, he absolutely murders his verse. Like, that was so well written. This is back in his prime. This was 2005. He released Mad Villainy 2004. Keep that in mind. This is back when he was at the top of his game. Oh my god. Oh, stop. Oh my god! MF Doom, not only did he kill this song, he even knew he killed this song. That was so perfect. That song, it was good. It was so good. I am so shocked at that quality, man. That was fantastic. So fantastic. I got no words, man. That MF Doom feature totally just took me by surprise. He killed it, absolutely. Next song, All Alone. One that I have heard quite a few times. It was 7 or 8 years ago, man. Wow. Damn, All Alone. The bass is disgusting, though.
Snatch piece of my wondering. This didn't fall like it's my mistake. I made it rain out. Cut to the pain. This ain't no game. I've shown no shame. I birthed this pain. Turn up the oh god.
It's a mess. I don't know why I like this song. There's not a lot about it that's likable. I mean, I definitely classify that song as alternative. I mean, that's about as alternative as music gets in terms of how many places it bounced all over. But there was nothing about that song. I mean, I listened to that song way too many times, but in general, I don't know why. I don't know why. I mean, I didn't like the chorus, and I came back for the rap part that wasn't even that good. It was alright. In just general, it's not that good of a song, not gonna lie. I mean, it's got things to like, but in general, it's just a really grime beat. I mean, the rapping was alright, but in just general, it's just not the best, you know. It kind of sucks, because I thought that would be one of the better highlights, but it's not. Next song, White Light. What is the point of this song? What? I just like how smart this song is. That's the thing. It's smart enough to literally do nothing and basically give you just white light, alcohol, white light, alcohol, boo, 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 in your face. This is the future. This is the future, you guys. Oh, look at me. So yes, that's probably everyone's least favorite song. But I think in general, it's such a smart, orchestrated song in terms of where it fit into the album. Really clever. Not the best song, but in context, it basically makes it great. I hate to say that because it's true. I know. Look how much the lighting is so much better here. I feel amazing, you guys. The lighting is like 100 times better. I'm always going to film like this from now on. Just Jesus, what the hell was I doing? You heard the fan like 10 times easier. It was a pain in the ass. Next song, Dare. Already heard it. I used to hate this song. But there's so much about the song that works. Let's get into it, okay? So the song features Sean Ryder, which originally, like, there's a version that takes him completely out of the song, and I would have loved that version as a kid. But as I got older, I realized that he's kind of the essential part of this whole song working, believe it or not. All of his off-key weirdness that he adds to this song, plus it works perfectly in the aesthetic that it builds. There's a lot about this song that just works in terms of aesthetics and placement, and it really does just sort of fit the theme. Another thing to mention is in Dirty Harry, how he's saying how I don't want war, all I want to do is dance. You can even push that to these songs like Dare that come up afterwards, to where it just seems like this completely mindless dance song theme, especially when I think about sort of the music video for this with the big head of Sean whatever, and whatever the hell was going on with that. Like this completely odd theme that just comes up. I don't know, there's a lot about this that just works. To press it on you. That's what you do, baby. I thought Sean Ryder was the reason why this song didn't work. But he's literally the glue. You wouldn't believe it, but it's true. Like, his whole contribution is genius. Because who else would think to just put this in there? Like, it's so odd. Plus this da, 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 da. That's one of those perfect moments in music. There's so many genius elements to the song. It's so free thinking. And it gives me so much nostalgia too. There's so much about this song that's great. It shouldn't work, but it does. There's one of those songs that just grows on you like crazy. And it's an earworm, absolutely. I don't know what else to say besides that. It's good. Next song, Fire Coming Out of the Monkey's Head.
Once upon a time, at the foot of a great mountain, their existence a mystery to the rest of the world, they played out their peaceful lives, innocent of the litany of excess and violence, to live in harmony with the spirit of...
This sounds like the prequel of all of this apocalyptic happening. I know in the music videos, I know I shouldn't be bringing these up, but there was the repeating thing with like that drone or whatever, that thing that looked like an RC car riding around the building, and that kept coming up over and over again. This almost seems like a sort of pre-happening to everything that was going on, just from the way that it's narrated.
Called Monkey, was it? Without the tricks of the eyes, the happy folk were blind.
Okay, so there was a lot there that was very metaphorical, I guess you could say. To where, in fact, I'd argue this entire thing is a metaphor. I'm gonna guess that the happy folk are kind of the people who ignore the things that are going bad. Maybe I'll even go back to Feel Good Inc. Like, the Feel Good Inc., just like all they care about is feeling good. And I know there were a lot of themes of drugs that were brought up here, especially in like Last Human Souls and Kids with Guns, So Green World. Like, hell, there were a lot of drug references, and maybe that's something to where everyone's sort of become blind and oblivious, and only the truth were able to see these shadows that appeared out of the darkness. There's a lot here that works thematically, and this is a fantastic placement for a song like this. Something to where if you're paying attention and you cared about the themes of the album, it's a song that's like brain candy. Because there's so much to this that you can just pull out and just pull from all these previous songs. In fact, this is such a good like way of wrapping up all of these themes. And this sounds like okay, so this absolutely sounds like a war theme, and I'm pretty sure this is probably like taken from some sort of old war tune, possibly. I don't know. There's something like that sounds exactly like it, but you can tell exactly. It sounded like a plane was flying over. There's a lot of themes of war, especially Dirty Harry. And you could even say every planet we reach is dead, to where it's like almost this post-apocalyptic. So maybe this is like world after war.
Now everybody dancing, the dance.
More dancing themes. I don't know. There's a lot of things about dancing in this album.
In time, the strange folk found their way into the higher reaches of the mountain. They stumbled upon the place where all good souls come to rest. Their dreams invaded by shadowy figures digging away at their souls.
It happens when you sleep for too long.
People stare at the mountain. Why was it bringing darkness into their lives?
Because they've been oblivious their whole lives. They don't understand anything. It's almost like they have avoidance of knowledge. And it's not only him saying that, but it's the way he says it. It's like, why is all of this happening? Like, they're still oblivious to what's going on. But they've been oblivious for so long that it almost seems like they were just not prepared for when something happened. This is so well put together.
Holes began to appear, bringing with them a cold and bitter wind.
Cold and bitter wind is often used as basically saying death. I mean, it's as simple as that, especially since we're talking about mountains. I think of volcanoes. I'm not thinking cold. So this is clearly something when it's saying brought a cold wind. That's a way of saying...
There was no time. The mountain called Monkey had spoken, and then nothing.
Maybe, okay, so that's interesting. What if, don't quote me on this. What if those shadow people were actually sort of there to help out? I don't know, or not help out, but they were signs. They were signs that something was wrong. But the thing is the happy folk, as they say, were the people at the bottom of the mountain. They were just sort of like, hey, whatever, you know? Hey, these guys are crazy. We're just sleeping over here. And as soon as the volcano blows up, and it says the monkey had spoken, basically, fire coming out of the monkey's head, it's a volcano, clearly. And so this volcano erupts, and because the people were not aware ahead of time, it seems as if by the time they understood this, it was too late. And as a result, and then nothing, as he says. I mean, it's a really well-constructed story that puts together a lot of the themes on here of just being oblivious. Hell, you can even say kids with guns. How a lot of that kind of came down to this theme of like, I mean, kids with guns. Something's clearly wrong with that, and maybe you could say influence. But there's a lot of themes about here about being blind and oblivious, and especially in this, where this whole thing was clearly a metaphor for something. And I think that it built itself really in a powerful way, and a really just strong cut in general. Next song, Don't Get Lost in Heaven. Not a fan of this overly distorted pad. It just doesn't sound that good already, but it's okay. You know, maybe it'll be good. Don't Get Lost in Heaven. Maybe this is transitioning because now everyone's dead. The fire just wiped everything out. So maybe heaven's where everything's going, all right? I mean, hell, this volcano that came and wiped out everything could even just be tied back to the beginning of this album. And I'm curious if when it hits Demon Days, which is the final song on here, is when this album sort of begins. I'm really curious. I mean, clearly it's going back to that the previous song. How he's saying literally fire coming out of the monkey's head and a crack in the corner, someone dead. So yes, this is after that happened. I like the placement. I like the fact that this obviously ties a lot of things together. I just don't like the song. I don't really know what this song is trying to say. Yeah, that song, it's not really necessary. I'll say it's, look, there's a reason why only 3/4 of the people who heard the previous song listen to that one, because it's not that good. And as cute as it is, the fact that it does follow fire coming out of the monkey's head and now it's saying heaven, as if it's trying to tell the listener, you know, what exactly is happening. It's just not that good of a song. I do like the fact that it brought in the live choir, but besides that, it just didn't have anything really to it. Not the most impressive, yeah. But hey, Demon Days' final song. I'm really curious how this album wraps up, because I'm really impressed so far. It seems like it's even following Don't Get Lost in Heaven. Okay. It's extremely distorted. Yeah, these last three songs all are tied together. Like, I could have understood the theme at fire coming out of the monkey's head. These last two songs are so unbelievably unnecessary because they just don't really head on. They drag the album. Like, I don't need this album to be dragged because the fire coming out of the monkey's head should have been the final track. I'm saying it right here. This is unnecessary. Don't Get Lost in Heaven is unnecessary. Fire coming out of the monkey's head literally could have just wrapped everything up geniusly because it would have basically talked about oblivion. Here it just is, it's beating me, it's beating a dead horse at this point. I already get what the theme is. It doesn't need to keep shoving this in my face. Themes are so stupidly obvious to the point of where it almost seems like they're dumbing it down at this point. However, this was kind of a cartoonish, made for sort of for children thing. So I do like the fact that, yeah, it's giving a little something to the kids. I mean, the fact is it's basically saying, you know, don't let yourself become stupid to TV and drugs, you know, or else you're going to get burned by the volcano, which is life, which is war, which is basically everything like reality coming back to hit you over the head. A lot of cool things about that, but just in general, the song itself is sloppy. Yeah, that wrapped itself up. I wouldn't say perfectly, because that song was extremely unnecessary. Some nice sound play, but it almost felt like the last three songs just dragged. It should have ended at fire coming out of the monkey's head. I'm sorry, it should have. I mean, yes, you get 2 more songs from Gorillaz, but in terms of the album experience, yes, it wraps up the theme, of just sort of don't blind yourself and become oblivious, which this whole album follows. And it's genius. Like the theme of here, how clear and how clean everything is without having to dumb every single song down. I mean, it's fantastic. I think there's so much more to just pull out of it than what even I pulled out. I mean, this has ambition to the max, and you can tell they spend so much time just constructing this thing, yet alone putting everything together. And I'd argue that the sound of it, even though there's like some colossal highlights, it's not even the most important thing about this. The most important thing is the playfulness and the theme. I didn't expect what I got, but I love what I got anyways. As a complete experience, works better than as individual, which is surprising because, like, I mean, if you heard any of these last 3 songs individually, I don't think they were. But in terms of the entire album experience, it builds literally an experience. It's exciting. It's fun. I think that there's so much about this to pull out of it. I'm happy I listened to this, especially in order, and paid attention to everything, because I think I'm very satisfied with what I got out of it. Not every song on here was perfect. I will say that my general like track score, if we're talking individual, is not the score I think represents the album. This thing is a very large album. Looking at each individual track just doesn't work here. It's something to where you have to look at the big picture, and the big picture is way bigger than the sum of its parts. And because of that, I feel like my final score, especially in terms of themes and just the idea of everything coming together, even the songs like Oh Green World, even the songs like All Alone. I mean, there's these things that, well, not All Alone. All Alone, really, it's not that fantastic. Things are just, they have such a chance to grow on me. I'm really impressed. For this album, I'm going to give it an 8+. I think that the highlights on here were just so bright, and there's just so much to grab out of here. It's colorful, it's exciting, and honestly, I enjoyed the hell out of it. I really did. Definitely check it out. My name is Bradley. I have a Brad taste in music. If you like what I do here, make sure you subscribe, hit notifications, and leave a nice friendly comment. Make sure to check out my Patreon, please, and let me know what you guys thought of the video. Alright, I love you guys. Peace out. Peace. See ya. Bye.